You're listening to the Girl Dad Show.
Welcome to Season 3 of The Girl Dad Show, where we explore the intersection of parenthood and entrepreneurial spirit. Join me and some incredible guests as we share tips and tricks for finding work-life balance and making a positive impact not only on the world, but also our families. Let's create a fulfilling life together. It's The Girl Dad Show, Season 3. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Girl Dad Show. Today is a Girl Dad Talk, and it's a very special one because we are recording live from Las Vegas. And I am recording to you from the MGM here as we are attending a pool conference. There's a conference for everything, and the pool industry is no different. And so we are here for a pool expo, and something that I've been really excited about, and I'm looking forward to talking to you today as it is a Thanksgiving episode. And really, it's all about gratitude and what I'm thankful for and what gratitude means to me and how it has helped me this year. But it's really timely to start talking about why we're in Las Vegas, because I sit here and I am here for work, and I travel a lot for work and all the various things that I do. And it's been always something that I've always wondered in the back of my mind, because so much of travel is, just being alone. You're alone traveling, you're alone eating, you're doing downtime alone, you're exploring the cities alone. And realistically, there's only a handful of really critical meetings. And then obviously the conference itself that, there's like a free for all or mad, just kind of a mad grab for people everywhere milling around. And so I always thought in the back of my mind, these conferences could be a great place to have my family. And I just never acted on it because, the inconvenience of, having a kid or my family around, and then, just like, what do I do with them when I'm in meetings and whatnot? It's always kind of vexed me until a couple of months ago when I interviewed John Poole. Check out his interview from a couple of months ago. And I was talking to him about how he navigates his multiple business endeavors and still has such great, balance and time with his kids. And he talked to me about how, it took him a long time to build up his businesses to that point. But simultaneously, he had always just brought his kids along to work. And whether it was at the deli or a GC meeting, he would just bring his kids with him to his business. And they would either be around or they would actually even help work. And I thought that was super interesting and such a great way to look at it, because something I've been thinking a lot about is, what are they going to learn by being around business people or being around business that, they won't learn from school, or vice versa? And my thought process around this is, how important is it to keep them in school instead of giving them these kind of unique experiences of real life and business? And I'll be talking a little bit about some of my school thesis here in the next upcoming episodes. But I've been really researching a lot about, the school system and the history of school and why we have school the way it's structured, the way it is today, and what the purpose is, and how we might be able to offer a different perspective on that. But that's another episode. Today, I want to talk about just me bringing Grace along with me to this pool expo. There's only a handful of meetings that really matter. A couple of meetings with some business partners, potential partnerships, some vendors, and some private equity folks. And I can't imagine a single person not being okay with me bringing Grace along and then her doing crafts for that hour or even watching a show, worst case scenario. And then the vast majority of the time, I'm just here, just eating by myself or exploring, Las Vegas by myself or traveling by myself. And I'm so glad that I was able to bring her with me, because it has been such an amazing experience. And so far, it's been great. No one's been concerned with it. And if anything, it's quite popular. She's very likable, and it's very nice to have her here. And we always we just started the conference today, but we have a few more days here. But I definitely think that it's hard. And it's something that I need to reconsider and possibly try to talk my wife into coming as well, so she can watch the kids while I do some critical meetings or, take care of stuff in urgent times. But overall, in the macro, I'm super happy. And it's just been so fun, because now I'm maximizing the time that I'm traveling and I'm alone. And normally I would just work by myself and just do more emails and just work more and eat by myself. And now I'm with Grace, and I get to spend some one-on-one time with her, which I haven't done in ever. And I've taken Lily on a one-on-one trip 3 years ago, and that was amazing. It was phenomenal. And I've wanted to do that every single year, and life just gets the best of us. And I haven't been able to do it in 3 years. And finally, this opportunity came. I've been thinking a lot about the value of school, talked to John, and I don't know, I just got inspired. It's been bothering me in the back of my mind all year traveling, and just kind of culminated to this last minute decision to bring her along. And so here I am in Las Vegas at a pool expo with my youngest daughter, and we are partying it up. We are exploring the city, and we're eating good food, and we're doing movie nights every night, and repping Blue Ocean with our shirts and talking to partners and making the best of it. And it's super fun. It's super good. And I will say that the thesis is absolutely accurate. The vast majority of the time I'm with Grace, and it's just amazing. It's amazing to be able to spend so much quality time with her and talk to her. Her sister tends to override her. She's so outgoing, and she speaks up so fast that Grace just kind of goes along, or is kind of in the back, just kind of overridden by her sister. And so it's really nice to be able to talk to her and just wait until she responds, and continue to have those conversations and work with her until she responds and is able to articulate it, and just get to know her so much better. And I feel so close to her, and I just feel like I understand her so much better than I ever have, which is kind of crazy to think, because she's my kid, and I'm learning so much about her just by being alone with her, on a 5-day trip. This episode of The Girl Dad Show is brought to you by Owners Club. As a business owner myself, I know firsthand how challenging the journey can be. Whether it's having someone that I can ask a very tactical question to, or just being able to share my big successes without guilt. Building a business is a lonely journey, and it does not have to be. After building and coaching dozens of businesses to success, there is one insight that is so obvious and simple, yet hard to execute. And that is network equals net worth. And so if you're a growth-minded, supportive, smart, and hardworking business owner looking for a community of like-minded entrepreneurs to build with, look no further than the Owners Club. You will make lifelong friends and build your business that works for you. You can learn more online at owners.club. Just so grateful for this opportunity, and just so thankful for it. And I want us to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and share a little bit about what I'm thankful for. And then I'd love to wrap up with how gratitude and thankfulness has really impacted me this year. So right now, I'm really grateful for the time and the ability for me to bring my daughter to work. I think that I'm at a position in my career and situated, very well for me to bring my daughter and it not be too ridiculous. I can imagine me being an employee somewhere at a larger company trying to do this, and that would be ridiculous, right? And I probably wouldn't be able to get away with it. But I'm very grateful for, the ecosystem that I live in, and the position that I'm in. And I'm super grateful for the luxuries that I'm able to bring my daughter with me to a work trip like this. It's not normal, and it's also very unique, and I'm super grateful for it in the short term. And I'm grateful for the time that I get to spend with her. I'm grateful for the time that she gets to see me work and interact with people. I'm also really grateful for my family in general. I think it's been a really interesting year of building businesses. And although I was really trying to slow down this year, it ended up getting pretty hectic and busy. And it has a lot to do with the fact that I've learned that this year, I've always known it, it's kind of silly to say this, but I really understand it now that, no matter how hard you try or how good you are at operating, small businesses just take time to marinate. And it seems to be about 3 to 4 years before they really start hitting their stride. And now it makes so much more sense why the vast majority of small businesses fail within the first 5 years. Because I think there is like a nurturing marination point to these businesses that only time can create. And needless to say, we have learned a lot. I have learned a lot this year about all the businesses that I'm building. And I'm also getting my butt kicked a lot. And it's been tremendously eye-opening to see how these businesses are not so binary. They become more complex, and they become more saturated with people. People get used to the job, or they get used to the business, or they get expectations that were not there, or the community reacts differently to the business once you're established. And there's just a lot of different things that happen as you spend time. And it has really nothing to do with how well you operate or what you are operating as or operationalizing. It's really just time in people's minds, and establishing yourself as a long-term business. I think it changes the dynamic of the business. There's a lot of good, mostly good, that comes with it, but there's quite a few bad. And I'm learning a lot from that and realizing that I need to really slow down. And I made the mistake of starting a few more businesses this year, but um, I'm not going to make that mistake again next year, and really start to slow down and try to operationalize these businesses, let them marinate and get professionalized, and really focus on professionalizing all these businesses so that they have their own leadership team, they have their own management team. And I'm truly more hands off and much more advisory and strategic direction and vision setting. So that's really something that I'm super grateful for, those life lessons this year, and coming out of that relatively unscathed. I will say it's been a very tricky year. And, they say a lot about, building businesses. There's these times where you're like just shaking and trying to figure out how to like make things work, in the middle of the night, and can't sleep. And that's what, business entrepreneurship is. But I feel like I really understand that now, because I had like 3 of those moments this year where I just was at the point of breaking and just not sure how to make it work. And it's been a tremendous year. And I look back at all those experiences, and I'm so grateful that, I'm still intact and everything is fine, and everything did end up working out. But in those moments, it was tremendously stressful and painful, and just hard, very, very hard. And I'm a lot stronger for it. So I'm grateful for that experience as well. And just the ability to have such a great support system in my family. Amy is so wise. And even though she doesn't understand a lot of the things that I'm working on, she's very perceptive and has a really good understanding of energy and me and the family. And she's able to kind of keep everything tied together. And so unbelievably grateful for my wife. And now I understand why so many people say, more than your business idea or your business, your family and partner are more important to the success of your company. And it makes total sense, because when the chips have fallen and you're down, the only thing you really have is your family. And who you surround yourself has such a big impact on your success. And I'm so grateful for Amy and helping me get through all those moments this year. I'm also grateful for my kids. They're growing up so fast, and it's been a wonderful year to watch them blossom as Lily gets into elementary school and Grace starts to kind of blossom into her little kindergarten self, and speak up more and get a little more outgoing. They're developing what their hobbies are, and it's been tremendous to watch, and just makes me so happy and fills my heart and cup so much, and makes me want to work harder and be a better dad for them. And I'm incredibly grateful for all my business partners, and the people that work for me, and the people that trust me, and my teammates and my team members, and especially my clients and my customers. It's a weird thing to, build multiple businesses. And I think it definitely confuses most people. And I'm not really sure, what percentage, but I assume that it's the majority. But people are not comfortable with it, and it's not normal. But I will say that it has helped me attract the right people to me, and the people that understand, the people that believe, and the people that support, because I am so grateful for all the people that have chosen to partner with me, or build a business with me, or work for me, and make all of these business entities move forward. It's a tremendous gift, and I'm incredibly grateful for it. And I can't wait to even out some of these businesses next year and pay it back, and also pay it forward. As my goal is to really slow down and start contributing more and more to my community and my customers and my people, and my partners and my family. And that's really, really exciting. And then to bring us home, I just wanted to talk a little bit about gratitude. It is by far the most important thing that you can do to change your mindset on everything. I feel like every time I got my stomach punched this year, I came out of it the following week with some sort of solution or something. Someone would help me, or I would figure out a way out, or whatever the situation was. Obviously, I'm still here and everything's fine. So I figured out a solution, but I always try to look at everything in gratitude and so grateful for the opportunity to have those struggles and the opportunity to fight that fight and push through. And it's game changing because I think growing up, in my younger self, I used to complain and vent and just say, why me? And think that the world was taking it out on me. And I was kind of a bitter kid, and I got into a lot of trouble and would fight a lot. And it's funny to think about the change that gratitude makes in your lifestyle and your point of view, because now I'm trying to build these things. I know how hard it is to build because I'm surrounding myself with people that build, and I know how much they sacrifice. I know how hard it is, and knowing that it's possible makes me grateful to be able to know that people can do it and build from nothing to something, because it makes it possible for me. And then knowing that they're struggling and going through these hardships is something really important too, because you don't think about how hard someone worked or what they sacrificed to achieve their success. But if you talk to these people, they'll more than willingly tell you how hard it was. And it's pretty hard. And they sacrifice quite a bit. And I'm so grateful because I don't think I've, not to compare, but have had to sacrifice as much as some of these people have. And I always think there's someone that has it worse than me now. And I don't know, I'm not sure if that has to do with just like being exposed to bigger risks and bigger bets with bigger people, but I'm just realizing how small I am and how insignificant my problems can be, no matter how hard they are in the moment. And so although it is hard in the moment and I suffer through it, I always come out of it feeling very grateful and gaining that perspective when I talk to other people about their problems and asking for advice and solutions for my problems and asking how they learn that solution. And the one thing I just want to share with you this Thanksgiving is just try to be grateful. And even if it's just gratitude for something small that day or something that week, or, and if you want, even the year, like I'm doing right now, but taking those reflective moments to be grateful for what you have, even during times of duress, is incredibly powerful because it broadens your plate. It increases your scope of abilities and allows you to champion and pioneer forward in territories that you probably have never gone through. And through those trials and tribulations and those efforts, you will grow and you will learn new skills and new abilities. And I don't know if you can do that without pushing through difficulty. And I don't know if it's possible to push through difficulty without gratitude. You kind of have to be grateful for what you have and be grateful for the journey for you to have the drive to push through. And so I know it's a little bit of a dark story and a dark lesson, but I hope that this helps you in your journey and helps you realize what you have this Thanksgiving when you're with your loved ones, spending the holidays, however you want to spend it. Take a moment and be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for the day. Be grateful for the air that you breathe and being able to have your brain and life and the opportunity to live and try and learn and do things new and all the wonderful things there is to be grateful for. I challenge you to try to be grateful for all the difficulties that are happening to you right now and the difficulties that may come to you, because if you can navigate those moments with gratitude, it'll give you the motivation and drive to push forward through those trials and tribulations. I've grown, and I think you will too. Well, that's it. Happy Thanksgiving. And I'm excited to post some photos and share the rest of my journey in Las Vegas with Grace. And I can't wait to take her out to dinner tonight and go on another daddy-daughter date. We're going to have Chinese food, and then we're going to watch Kung Fu Panda late into the night because it's dad's rules and she knows it. So we're going to have dessert in bed and movie marathon and sleep late. It's going to be amazing. Thank you so much for tuning into the Girl Dad Show and your support. I would love it if you could share this episode with someone that needs to hear this about gratitude. And your support is so grateful. Your support is so grateful. I'm so grateful for your support. And I can't thank you enough for continuing to support the Girl Dad Show through the years and just tuning in and checking the show out. And if you're just tuning in, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It helps so much more than you realize. And I would be so grateful this Thanksgiving if you could do that. Thank you again. We will talk to you next time. Signing out. Bye. Thank you for listening to The Girl Dad Show. Please take a moment to follow us on social media. You can find us at The Girl Dad Show on all major platforms. We look forward to staying in touch and keeping you up to date with all the new guests that are coming out.